Good afternoon. It's Ashley opposite Move Home. Just wanted to quickly do a video today, which we're going to put into a link into our landlord update. We had a landlord night 2 weeks ago. Great turnout. We had 93 people registered to it, which is brilliant. Lots of people turned up and we had loads of engagement. It lasted for about 3 hours and it was the hottest day of the year until the week after when we had the heat wave. I want to talk to you a little bit because I'm going to send out in today's overview. We're going to send the slides, which when I looked at the slides, a lot of them are bullet points. So excuse the headset, it's how we talk when you ever talk to me in my own house. Normally I'm in the office, but it's quite loud with a lot of background noise. I wanted to send the slides along with a little bit of a quick overview for you, as well as some other changes we're bringing into the company because we announced them on the night. And obviously with 400 plus landlords that we work with, 93 people turning up meant that there's a lot of people that are going to miss this. So with regard to it, we had people, environmental health came and spoke. We had conveyancers from Audrey, Bailey and Douglas. We also had some chat about possession claims, which is a really big hot subject at the moment, as well as wills, a bit of a horrible subject, and a mortgage update from Just Mortgages, who are really good. We work with a number of mortgage companies, but these guys were good. On the bullet points that I used, we did talk about who will move home. So the bullet points you can read, it probably won't make much sense. We just explained who we are. You all know who we are. We're Move Home. We're a sales and lettings and HMO company in Swindon. We've expanded in the last year nearly now out to Chippenham, and we cover properties a lot in Marlborough, Wootton Bassett or Royal Wootton Bassett, and all the villages in between. We're managing 680 odd tenancies now, which is huge, but we need that with the number of staff we've got, and we've got a team of 7 now working full time. And we work 24/7. We're on call 24/7, long open hours in the company, etc. This year we won an award, first award we've ever won because we don't actually enter them, these competitions. It was Best Estate Agent in Swindon award by Wigwam Property News, who are based in Old Town. A little bit awkward because some of the big companies in Swindon, they spend a lot of money with them. We don't spend anything with them and we won. So I'm sure this year we're going to see a bit of a change because that's going to be promoted by the other companies massively. But it's nice to get a bit of recognition for the team, who I generally believe one of the best teams in Swindon, because they care about property, care about the client. What we do at the moment, we've got very low void periods in between tenancies. So on the lettuce is mainly based at lettings, and we do that by utilising the latest video technology. Our online marketing is, we put a lot of effort into the pictures, the floor plans, the videos. Most letting agents don't even do a floor plan still, so we do the same whether we're selling a house, renting a room, renting a property. We try and do as much marketing as we can on all the portals. And we actually said to people, and this counts for you as well as the landlord update, it doesn't matter if you manage property with us, if we manage some of your properties, one of them, or a find-only landlord, we'll review all of your portfolio. So if you've got properties with other agencies, bring them over, have a chat with us, we'll talk about it. We're not looking to nick the business. Ideally, we'd love to, but we'd like to review it for you because we think landlords should be reviewing their portfolios. There's a lot of changes coming up in the next 18 months, and one of the things I spoke about tonight was that you really need to get your cards in order. Make sure your deposit's protected, make sure you've got an EPC, make sure you've got a certification. Any managed property at Move Home, I'm extremely confident it will be completely watertight, but it's even good that we review these at times. My team's always on hand to actually offer these type of things. We then went on to who is a landlord and why we're here, why we're at night. The landlord night was about education. It's easy to let a place, but extremely hard to manage it. I've always said that. Anyone could be a landlord. We've got a diverse range of landlords that Move Home. We range from lots of landlords with one property, which is brilliant, and our biggest landlord goes up to 82, and we've got a lot with a large professional portfolio between sort of 20 and 40 properties. With regard to it, many people have inherited a property, sadly. They've moved in with a partner and an accidental landlord. And we've got some that is actually a profession in their job, professional landlords. But it doesn't matter which one you guys are as a landlord, but be prepared. So if you are managing your own properties elsewhere, just be prepared for that leak through the ceiling when you're on holiday, a lockout while you're at your daughter's wedding. What do you do with rent arrears? What would you do if your tenant said, they're going to use the mental health breathing space legislation that came in this year? What happens if a tenant passes away? These are really interesting questions you need to sort of start the thought process of what happens in emergency. And we'll always help you, but I do believe you should be prepared rather than calling us for some advice when your back's against the wall, basically. But anyone to be a landlord, you're all organised, you're all prepared, and you need to be prepared for any eventuality from the outset. We spoke about, and you'll see this on the guide, some of the stats of HMOs, etc., sales and lettings. Rental statistics, just to give you some examples, the average one-bed property now is 675 a month. The average 3-bed is 995, and it gives you some stats of the numbers that are available at that time 2 weeks ago on Rightmove. Rental properties are very competitive in Swindon with an excess number of tenants. So if we put a property on the market now, within 5-10 minutes we're getting leads, which is great. It means the marketing's working, but also shows how strong the market is. We're expecting the demand to level out a little bit next year in 2023, but it still be buoyant. Just means you have to make sure your properties look great compared to the competition. HMOs now, we're sitting at 97.2% occupancy. In May 2020, it's the worst percentage in 7 years. It dropped down to 42% occupancy. I spoke about the fact that if one of my 3 kids was at university or working in Manchester, and when COVID hit, I'd certainly be asking them to come home and live at mum and dad's house or mum and stepdad's house or whatever. And I'd be saying, come back here, put £500-600 a month away and save for a house. So exactly what happened in April in 2020, and it dropped right down. It's come back. HMOs are extremely buoyant at the moment. Everything's fully booked, getting great rents. The average price for a rent room is £525 a month, which some of you will be going, what? I rent a 1-bed flat for less than that. You need to review your properties. Sales at the moment, we've got 785 in Swindon available for sale 2 weeks ago today. In January 2022, there was 1,063, so the market's completely shrunk. It's a seller's market. And rentals, we've got 241 available today compared to 479 in February 2020. And some agents are leaving them on the market now, even when they've let them. We don't do that. We take them straight off because, quite frankly, it creates complaints and a lot of work for my team. We then went on to some rental hints and some tips. Marketing, why and how. When do you market a property? As soon as the tenants give a notice, make sure the pictures are good. Make sure you list what you're going to do in between. So if we've got a landlord that's going to change the carpets, tell the tenants. It sets the expectation straight away. But you also need to think outside the box. Video marketing is huge now. Tenants no longer look in a newspaper for a property. It's all online. Whether we like it or love or hate it, everything is online nowadays. The biggest thing we spoke about was high rents versus expectation. Frankly, I think the high rents are great because we're all earning good money. However, with high rents comes a massive expectation from tenants. We're now getting tenants that feel like it should be a hotel service. On a Sunday evening at 9 o'clock, they've got a dripping tap. They are expecting, due to the rent they're paying, to have a plumber there in 10 minutes. It's become crazy, and we have to manage that expectation. So it's all good getting great rents in, but by being brutally honest with you, you have to expect to spend some money keeping the expectations sort of satisfied. Tenancy setup, credit checks, I'll come on to that. That's all in the pack. Deposits, it's now changed. It's now 30 days from when they pay to be protected. So we had a tenant starting 1st of August. He paid in July. We had to protect the deposit before his tenancy even was moved in, because otherwise we're going to get the fine of 3 times. Nice little tip, that a little change. Make sure the deposit's been done. Is the inventory independent? Something I'm going to come on to again. And the last one, or 2 more, we were going to say move outs. You need to make sure that the claims are set up. People are losing lots of deposits at the moment because they're not having the right credentials and reporting system for the move out. At the company, we start with a pre-exit inspection. We create a move-out report. We detail it to the tenant. We make sure that we've got covered as much as we can. We also said about HMO tenants will call about Wi-Fi going down at 2 o'clock in the morning, but they won't call you about the leak coming into their bathroom. So there are some big things we spoke about, and we gave a bit of homework to a lot of landlords that have taken it up. They've gone through and checked their deposits, confirmed the tenants have the right to rent, reviewed their EPCs, and confirmed that when they've renewed their tenancy, they've reserved all the paperwork correctly. We offer everybody a review call, so that's one good thing. The other things we spoke about was our new signage, one behind me. I'm sat at home today, trying to get to peace and quiet. I'm sure one of the kids is going to open the door in a minute and hit them in the head. But these are our new signs. They've started going up in Swindon in the last couple of weeks, and we've got sort of 58 of them around Swindon. I couldn't tell you where. I have to look on the system, but we are seeing them everywhere. Bit of new branding, a bit bright, and it sort of shows that we manage properties. The other things we've brought out, which we're including today, we're including our new brochure. You'll see the same stuff as all this. It's got a picture of me looking rather young compared to today. This is reality. This is called social. And it's got a lot about our team. You'll notice the cars and all the team. And it's got stuff such as our new fee structure and what we do. Biggest thing on fee change is we've just suddenly, well, not suddenly, we've had to incorporate, and it's written in the landlord review, a bit of an update. We've had to increase our setup fee. Unfortunately, I've been holding it off for a couple of years. Last year, we had to invest in having independent inventory drawn up by a separate company. Reason for that is we lost a couple of deposits on it, which I settled because I like to think I'm a nice guy, but I'm actually unprofessional. We tried to understand how we lost the deposit because in our eyes, it was black and white. Turned out if you haven't got an independent inventory and we can't create it as a company, then you could lose the deposit if the tenant's on the ball. Therefore, we've now subcontracted out about £85 of cost to time, but that's created a really professional inventory. Lots of you have seen this at my cost in the last year, but that alone is £90. We've taken it up from 200 plus VAT to 250 plus VAT for any tenancy going forwards that we set up. Sadly, we've had to bring it in due to the fact that we can't. It's costing us money to find a tenant for landlords, and I know we make money on management, but we're trying to keep our management fee the same, which we're pleased and proud actually that we've done for 19 years. So that's the biggest change. Have a read of it. We've got lots of changes coming in that we've invested in, pay props coming in. Lots of you on a trial, read the review or the update, and we're going to tell you a bit more about it. And that's basically it. Shame we didn't see everybody there. If you want to book in a one-to-one quick chat about anything I've gargled on about, please do. But in the meantime, I look forward to speaking to a lot of you many of you soon. Take care. Thanks.